Podcast.
So
Hello.
what's the plan? Hello.
Well, the plan is, I guess we're just gonna sit around and talk a bit and see kind of where this goes. I don't think we necessarily
Yeah,
have a
but be
but we have
yourself.
a
Be yourself. You're not. There's nothing is rolling. You're just speaking in broken English on my end, and you're speaking okay English. So
I'm okay.
yeah, you're okay English. I'm broken English. So
This is my work mode when I'm explaining things. Right?
okay. But be yourself. It's not. It's not. There's no camera. There's nothing.
Okay.
Okay. So it's just us two. We're spending time together. We're talking about shit.
Okay. What are we talking about?
We were talking about something serious about. I cannot alt tab because I have one monitor and you can see my desktop. So I will try to remember it. Oh, I have a
So
phone.
like this imposter syndrome
Yeah,
thing, right?
no, it's not imposter syndrome. It's identity crisis. So
I was gonna use the lighter version, but yeah.
yeah. No, I'm going for the full hard mode thing. Like,
Yes.
100%. You don't know who
Carolina
you are.
pepper straight off the bat.
Sorry, what?
Like you go for the hottest pepper straight off the bat.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we were talking about me having or going through an identity crisis right now, and we were trying to kind of understand how does that feel to you, and if we're talking about the same thing. And you said that you went through something similar a couple of
Oh yeah,
years
because
back.
I asked if it's like existential or
Yeah.
or professional,
Yeah.
right? And you said both, which I suppose to a certain extent, if you have an existential one, it's like impossible to not have a professional one because, like, I guess it like seeds doubt in everything that you do.
Yeah, true. And it started, to be honest, from it started as professional because I don't know. Do we need backstory? We're kind of breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, do the backstory. Why not?
Yeah,
What flow?
whatever, fuck it.
Do the backstory. Backstory is part of the flow.
Yeah. We're doing whatever the fuck we want, and it is what it is. So I kind of knew exactly what I wanted to do very early on, and I'm talking before me and you met in high school, right?
Yep. High school.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. And you were generally a lot more aimed at what you wanted to do.
Yeah. And I wanted to make games. That was like primarily the thing that I was focused on. But before deciding on making games, I was focused on making art. So, but it never was a thing that was that interesting to me, making art itself. But making games was amazing, and making art was like something that can help me get there. I wanted to make games as an artist, if it makes sense.
I remember you also had like small little interactive flash pieces that you made for your brother.
Yeah.
Which now might be perceived as creepy. But back then I thought it was amazing. Because it was talking to him.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out what I'm having I'm actually having fun doing. So it was art, it was animation. I was dabbling with both, and I never settled between the two of them. So I said, okay, let's try to combine them and come up with storytelling, come up with creating the entire world. So games was the thing that was the main call for me. And fast forward almost 15, 20 years later to present day, I don't know if I want to do that anymore or any of that anymore. But the fact that I spent all my life almost into harnessing the skill or focusing on this career or thinking that this will be the future for me or whatever, it kind of
forces you to do that, huh?
Yeah, no, it doesn't necessarily force me, but it's like I have this acceleration pedal that I pressed on for almost all my life, and now when I'm stopping it,
it feels like a waste.
Yeah, it feels bizarre. So kind of this started the entire questioning who the fuck I am or what am I doing with my life process, because it's kind of late. It's almost halfway into my life when I stopped this entire thing. So yeah, that's the backstory, sort of.
So sorry about the. I don't know if you can hear the dinging.
Yeah, it's
It's
okay.
like messages. Okay.
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, we
Ding.
like ding. Yeah. So I think because I've thought about that also, but almost like from a different end where uh, I didn't know anything else. Like I couldn't do anything else, like nothing else, basically, except graphic design.
Mm.
Uh,
And you started
and
kind of late, also.
hmm?
I
Yeah, because I
remember.
didn't.
Yeah, we were in uni first year, or did you?
Well, no, graphic design I started before because I was just like photoshopping or whatever, but I hadn't started it professionally
Oh yeah,
until
you're doing
right because
Photoshop, and I was doing Flash, and you're keeping like buzzing me to start working on Photoshop, and I was like, I hate that program, and now Photoshop is all I do. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember. I
and
remember.
now I don't use Photoshop.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually, I use it sometimes, but it's so rare that it's crazy.
right. What you're working
But
in right now? What's like your
sorry.
main tool right now?
Most of the time, I use Figma and some a combination like a suite of AI tools,
Okay, okay,
kind of from different bits and depending on like what kind of project. I still use Photoshop
right.
because it's just really fast for me to do, but everything else in the Adobe suite, it's like Illustrator here and there for like quick logo designs, or like maybe I need like something vector, and then After Effects because there's like I don't have a good replacement for it.
Okay.
But it's like 20% maybe of the time that I spend doing stuff.
Right. So when did you have like
Uh,
the moment when you had a similar feeling? Like,
so wait, because I had uh, I can't say I had a similar feeling to you like way later, but I had a different feeling in the beginning when I was working in a warehouse back then. It was an Amazon warehouse, and it was kind of around the time I got into the UK and I needed money.
okay,
So warehouse was good, um, and I liked it. And I was doing like graphics on the side, but it didn't feel like I was learning anything. I was just doing the same thing as I was doing before, like
right.
kind of um, assets, like creating small little graphical pieces. Nothing like to push me out of my comfort zone, right? And a lot of creating graphic assets for me is spending lots of time on detail, so much time on detail that it made it felt like I was kind of not progressing at all.
Yeah,
Uh,
I remember you having that specific moment when you were talking about the 80-20 rule. Like, you had a complete change of approach when you were doing like art or design or whatever you were working on. Because before I remember when we were at uni, uh, and we were together, and you were working on like a poster or something. You were doing some letters that had depth, like in a isometric perspective. It was something, I don't know what you were doing back then. When you had the Xbox, you bought the Xbox, and you made whatever design. You were making designs for Xbox covers, whatever.
I don't remember exactly, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I was, to be honest, I was ordering in uni like broken Xboxes.
yeah. That period. So
Yeah.
you had the design. You were working in Photoshop back then, and you were creating this poster, uh, and you worked on it for almost a month, I think, and
Oh.
you're so focused on details and on approaching the design like very very careful to have like a masterpiece at the end. And then I remember you switching to, okay, it's the 80-20 rules. If it's good enough, it's out of the window. I'm not working on it anymore.
I think like the most important thing is, so I don't even remember that poster. Which
Okay.
like, I'm like, which poster did I do? Because like that was a thing that I would do in uni. But I also was like, I had a job in uni, so I worked like for Round Pixels, and there I did like lots of projects that were still this, like, art asset creation, like artwork creation,
Right.
right? Where you do digital painting, vectoring, right? All of this stuff, and it all required lots of time to be spent on small little details. And I switched when I came into the UK because here I eventually got a job working with like a Domino's franchisee, and there it showed me how much faster I can I can figure out what to do
You're right.
if I just like prototype quickly. And I can spend time on details later, but I don't spend unnecessary time on details without knowing what I'm doing, if that makes sense, right?
Yep.
So it's like sketch part, almost like you sketch it up, but you can sketch it very often in almost ready to print, or ready to ship.
Yeah. I
Basically,
remember.
and then you just do small adjustments. And part of that is also like technology and being better at it now,
You're
right? Not Adobe. Adobe is almost the same. It's
So
pretty much the same as it was when I was in high school.
so coming back to what we started talking about, because I think we branch out a little bit too
Yeah, we
much.
segue.
Yeah.
Identity crisis comes
Identity.
from
Yeah. With on your end with work, like when do you feel it happened? When did it manifested
so
into your own life?
it happened when I didn't feel that I had like an identity at first, where like I wasn't doing anything specialized, let's say, right? I was just working in a warehouse and I was just coming to work, and that was it. And I was maybe like design was almost like a hobby then, right? So I felt like I'm wasting my life, right? Especially because like I dropped out of university back then, right?
Mm,
Out of two universities. I dropped
really?
out of. Yes.
Did you finish any?
No.
Oh wow.
I dropped out of construction, and I dropped out of animation here.
Okay.
Uh, I dropped out of both of them, and like in my whole family, everybody got university degree,
I see. I see.
right?
I didn't know that.
Everybody got an university degree. So,
Okay.
um, so then, right, that kind of started to sink in, and to be honest, it was very quick that I fixed it, so to say,
Yeah. Yeah.
because first interview I got the job. It was like that.
Was
They
that
didn't even know how.
with Domino's or?
No. It was like a mobile store, like a phone shop franchise
Okay.
thing. Like they had like 5 shops. It's not exactly a lot, but they had like 5 phone shops, and they also sold like repair parts for mobiles.
Okay.
It's funny enough, like the names were mobile store. That was the name of it, and the parts for mobiles that they were selling, the website was parts for mobiles. So they had like really good SEO branding.
Right. And
And they were quite successful back then because it was like a boom in electronics.
right, and you worked as what, like as a designer or as something
Yeah, as
else?
a designer. So
Oh,
I did
okay.
like all their branding, all their everything, like shop signage, like internet posts and stuff like that. And they looked. It was cool that in the UK that there's a massive difference of graphic design quality. So I was a graphic designer basically.
Right.
I was just right, but I would help with web in places as well. And they also had like a cricket agency in the back as a passion thing. When that also started booming, because like if you also, this is one thing that like it's good for businesses in general. If you hire a graphic designer, it's gonna make your business look a lot more valuable than it is.
True.
Right? So they started like doing cricketing events and stuff like that, and like I could make like cool cricketing posters. Like like the inspiration was Star Wars posters, so I would take like cricket players and like arrange them almost
I think I
like the
remember
Star Wars
something.
posters, like with one big guy, like the most important one, like smaller guys here, like
Okay.
one battle, right? So that kind of worked pretty well. And the guy became like he organized really big events, like in big stadiums,
Right.
even in London and in Qatar or wherever.
Yeah.
Anyway, it worked, right? But it was like I was scamming it, right? I was just basing everything like on some templates. It's like Star Wars posters for this, and everything else like there's a standard in the UK kind of for phones, right? And I was just copying like other people.
As you're talking about designing for the phone screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But that like settled my identity crisis. I felt like good. I felt actually really good. I felt
So
like I
your
was really,
identity
really good.
crisis was before starting working there.
Yes, yeah. But
Okay.
there, like as I reached there, I was getting like also assurances from people because there was no other graphic designer there.
Mm,
A, right? And these people had never had this, right? So everything was like, wow, amazing, Tibi, wow, right? Everything was amazing, basically. That's why I got the job from the first try. But in Romania, it would be standard. It would just be like something like in a studio, it would be standard stuff,
right.
right? And then when I got bored there, I got the job in at the Domino's thing, and that was way harder. And that like gave me like some humble pie to like settle
Oh yeah. Yeah.
uh
Yeah.
my ego, right? I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh my god, I don't know. I'm looking at this and I don't know what to do, right?
You're
Because
right.
there's so many elements in like a menu design or like the first trial. Like they gave me two trials. One trial was to do like a graphic, which I like, which I had experience in. Right, I could do a graphic, but I couldn't design something
Mm-hmm.
like if that without inspiration, without a template that I had
Right. You
that
pretty
I could
much
base on.
got exposed to what a professional designer would do in
Yeah,
this
kind of.
case. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And the graphic was really good, and they still have it now. And they was keeping it because I just corrected the perspective
Right.
of some lettering because they were doing 3D text, and I had done 3D text like so often back then that it was like second nature. But that gave me like some humble pie,
Mm-hmm.
uh, professionally wise, and I was like, oh my god, I'm shit. I'm shit because I don't know what to do. And I stayed like at the interview for like 6 hours, man. Like I
Oh,
stayed there
okay.
and because I didn't leave. I didn't leave until I got something good, and I didn't get something good to be honest.
So
It
it
wasn't
was
good.
on location. You went to their place and you
Yes,
did
yes,
a.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
That's actually the first time that I hear something like regarding to your story, like someone that goes to an interview and stays there for 6 hours. It's a little bit weird, but it's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
awesome at the same
The
time
guy
because it's
drove me home at 11 at night.
wow. Okay,
Yep. So
because
it was
that
like that.
that shows dedication. I think it's
Yeah, I think that's why I got hired.
yeah.
Which led to lots of nights like that. To be
Right.
fair,
What was the interview like? Paid or it was free?
no, it was paid
Okay. Okay.
actually,
Okay. Yeah, it
but
makes more
not
sense.
overtime paid.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it was like I think I got 100 quid for 2 days of interview,
I
which
see.
was nice. It was also like something that I was like, wow, nice company. Like I
Yeah.
before like right at the phone shop, I didn't even get paid for the first month. I got paid for the second month
Wow. Really?
twice, as in right. Yeah, because
Oh. Okay. I
they,
see.
they don't hire you at. I think they also don't trust people, so they don't hire them They would have people that they would leave. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a bit sketchy.
Yeah,
But
but yeah,
yeah.
I hated that because I was like, oh, I need money.
Yeah.
But yeah, but regardless, um, after this is just like professional stuff, right? And generally, I figured out, at least for me, that it's perspective is like almost everything when you design something, and it's not necessarily something that has to do with your value. Like it does, you're not oh, not good enough, blah 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 blah, right? Because you get to decide what solution works for what,
Right.
but you can also manage yourself in such a way that you look at it the right way, right? And you get to a good solution.
Oh, so
Uh,
are you talking about kind of not comparing yourself with others, sort of?
no, you
As
should. Comparing is generally good. Wait, stop barking, you
we
bad
have
boy.
a third member of the
Yes,
podcast.
yes, he's cheering for me.
Yes, yes. Having
Go
an
Dad,
identity crisis.
don't compare yourself.
So
Uh,
okay. Then what are you talking about exactly?
um, so uh, it I think like skill is definitely like one aspect of this, right?
Right.
But the other one, which is like kind of more important because it works on a macro level, skill works like kind of micro level, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you are playing StarCraft, for example, right?
Right.
Skill in art is equivalent to how quickly you select units, how quickly you move them, right?
Yeah.
But macro level
Actions per
decisions,
minute, APM.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Right, actions that you sorry, what was I? But the decisions that you do as a design or as any kind of creator, I think, in general, right, and making sure that those decisions are the right ones, right, that you don't design a logo for a bike shop that looks like it's for tampons,
Right.
right? Or this is an extreme example, obviously, right?
Yeah. So this is the
But
macro.
yeah, this is the macro, which is in a game of StarCraft, like whether you should attack now
Strategy.
or build more,
Right.
right? Or something like that, right? So that has way more impact. Like it's so much more impact than the details
Right.
that it's the thing that you should train, right? More, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that I thought it was like quite illuminating, and it leads you to like be faster and better at like making decisions, so you don't waste time, you don't waste as much time.
Right. Right. Right.
And the best part about it is like if I don't know what to do, if I like don't get if I don't get it right, I stop trying, like, and I leave and I do freaking something else.
You mean
uh,
like regarding to perspective? Because if this doesn't work, I need to change my perspective.
yeah,
Okay.
like if it's not working, it means that I'm not doing it right, which means that I need to like to do everything that I can to to change my perspective.
Okay.
Right, so that often kind of means leaving. I leave.
It makes sense.
I don't do it.
It
I go
makes sense.
cook something. I don't know.
Right. 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 Yeah,
The-
and I think this is like also valid for me and for what I'm doing in
yeah,
art or in my career, because you can work on something and either look good at the end of your work process of my work process, or look bad. And then if I say, okay, I will save it and take the rest of the day off and come back at it tomorrow, I will see all the flaws, or I will see that it looks way better than I thought it looks, because you come back again with the fresh perspective. It's like after it's like
Precise.
like you're smelling perfumes, different perfumes, and between every smell you smell grounded coffee.
Yeah, it's like a palate cleanser.
Yeah. So I agree with that.
But if you're saying like you have an identity crisis, right? That doesn't that is what you're saying is that you're worried that you've invested your skill into something that you're not gonna pursue. Huh?
Not even. It's a lot to talk about because it came in phases throughout this last year. I went a little too deep into thinking about my life, thinking about how things progressed, daring to ask questions about my upbringing, about my decision, about my family that I didn't really ask before because I didn't have the mind that I have now. And finding out certain things or certain things clicking to get together kind of took me from I know everything about life, which was my attitude, my younger self attitude, to the attitude right now, which is I know that I don't know anything. That's the only thing that I know for sure is that I don't know anything. And part of not knowing anything is that I don't, and I know I'm getting
Anxiety.
philosophy. It's not even anxiety. It's not, because I think that's one of the things that I'm trying to fix, and I kind of successfully had in order to fix the other part, which is the question: who am I actually, or who I want to be, or what I want to become from this point onwards. So it's a lot of philosophical bullshit because it's very much curated to my own experiences. So we can use the same language here, but most likely I only know what it feels, what's the feeling behind the language that I'm using.
So is it that you want to be more in control of the decisions that you make throughout your life so that you can better like establish who you want to become or something like that?
Not necessarily. It's more like it's quite the opposite of that. It's trying to release the control, not trying to control, because that's one of the problems
Yeah.
that I figured out, is that I'm trying to control the narrative too much. I'm trying to
Yeah.
control.
And that creates anxiety because not.
It creates a lot of not being present, not
Yeah, that also.
admiring. Yeah. So fun, a fun thought experiment that I had last night, because I'm sleeping very badly and I'm waking up at 3 a.m. in every morning. And I was thinking like how blessed we are to be humans as compared to cats, because I have two cats right now. And the simple fact that we don't have to lick our asses every time we shit, or lick our feet and hands and taste everything that we walked on throughout the day. It's amazing that we have this capability of washing our ass instead of licking it.
Wow.
So
you don't lick your ass?
I might when I
Yeah, don't
figure
knock
out.
it till you try.
Yeah. When I figure out my identity,
It's like, I've done it now. I know who I am.
I know I'm a furry.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, like I think, like this lucky part of it, I think it's like tainted with perspective also because
Sure.
you think that you're lucky, but like I don't know, maybe cats like to lick ass. So,
Yep.
So it's like, wow, I'm so lucky that I can be so bendy. Like, look at those dumb humans; they can't even lick their ass.
That's true. That's true.
um, but yeah,
So
I guess uh, I don't know, but like luck shouldn't be part of it in my mind. It taints it with like human perception.
that's
Like,
exactly it. That's exactly what you're saying right now, and not the luck aspect, but luck. It's not something. It's not like let's say this is not an equation, but when you're doing alchemy and you're mixing ingredients together to get something out of it. Let's say this alchemy process right now that we're doing or I'm doing in my own life is trying to figure out this concoction that is who am I? This is the concoction. But the problem is I'm not sure about any of the ingredients. So if I'm taking luck and I'm putting it in, I have the same conclusion that you have right now. Like, I'm not sure this is actually the thing that helps the process. And I'm taking that I'm not sure about this and I'm applying to everything else. So pretty much I'm trying to figure out who I am by not being sure about any of it.
but why do you think you need to figure out who you are?
Again, it's a long story, so I'm kind of trying to make the TLDR about an entire year or 2 years of figuring shit out and putting pieces together. But how can I make it like a very, very short version to address this? Most of my life, even when it stopped happening, I was doing things to please someone else. Like pleasing people, let's say. Not in the exact form of people pleasing, but in my own version of experiencing doing things for others. Like you're doing, I don't know, something because your partner or your wife asked you to, but you don't really want to do it for her, you don't really want to do it for yourself, but you're doing it anyway because there's something that you learned through your early life, something ingrained in your actions, in your way of perceiving things, that you have to do that thing for whatever reason. It's a very not good example, but I think it can help understand the feeling that I'm trying to convey here. So
Yeah, so like uh, it's like you feel trapped
yeah,
and locked into something that you don't want to do, or at least that you think that you don't want to do.
yeah,
Um,
it doesn't feel good inside, doing it. It doesn't really feel, it feels trapped. That's a very good way of putting it. It's some sort of like a prisoner of your own way of seeing the world or understanding the world, because that's the problem, is like the perceived world, the world that I'm perceiving from my own experiences as who I am, and the reality of the world. Like I'm not allowed to eat sugar before having breakfast or having lunch.
why not?
Yeah, exactly. Why not? Who made this rule? Maybe my parents made this rule when I was young and I never questioned it because I never had the chance to question it or think about it that way. So it's in the same kind of context of figuring out things that I never questioned before, but I've always felt some sort of entrapment into doing them, being forced to do them, but forced by myself in present days. So figuring these things out kind of led me into realizing that I have alternatives. I can be who I want to be. But the question is, what part of
Yeah.
who I was before is me, and what part is me pleasing others?
So just to give like my perspective on this,
Sure.
and generally kind of because I've gone through at least these kinds of thoughts also, and I've often really feel trapped. That's why I don't want to try things, and I'm not as like a go getter, right? Because I'm like I need the freedom. So generally what I do is that I allow myself freedoms, right? Things where I decide what to do or like what feels good,
Right.
right? Often is playing video games. That helps a lot. Like it's one of the best things that I can do, or
Mm.
playing not even video games sometimes because like I also had like this like I don't like to exercise, sucks. Uh, but if I have a football and I go in the field alone, even because I don't have any friends in this country, but and I play with the football, I like that,
Right.
and it's like freeing for me. And
Hmm.
like I just play with the football in the field, and it's kind of like playing a video game, except it's in real life, and I also get to exercise, kind of right. So I'm
That's a
allowing
neat thing.
myself like some sort of freedom. Indeed, like you don't always get freedoms, and like part of that I think it's like to kind of go back to what you were saying is like I think all of that is you, right? Right, the even like the stuff that like you don't want to do, right? Well, sometimes you don't want to do sorry, you do things that you don't want to, and like that's kind of in my opinion, like it's like there's like a cool way to define charity, right? It's like charity isn't giving people what you don't want, right? Charity is giving people what you want,
Right. Right.
right?
Right. Right.
So, like the stuff that you're attached to, the stuff that you don't want to give away, right? So, that to an extent, that is what you're doing, right? You're doing something for someone that you don't want to do,
Right.
right? Because it sucks, right? But like that's part of like what makes like, in my opinion, like a good parent, or
Which part exactly
doing something for someone else that you don't want to.
that you don't want? But you said like
Yeah.
charity, so just making sure that I understand and understood you correctly. Uh, Charity is giving something that you want or that you don't
No,
want.
charity is yeah, something that you want but you don't want to give,
Okay.
right? So it's
Okay.
like
Okay. Okay. So I understand the extra level. It's you
yeah,
want to give, even though you kind of want to keep it for yourself, but you want to
yeah,
give
you
it
want
more.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I was talking to my wife recently about it. That's why I brought it up, and I thought it's like a good analogy.
Mm-hmm.
And I can understand like being more conscious of the choices that you're making because you want both when you offer like help or whatever you're offering yourself right to someone, or you're
Right.
doing something to please someone, right? You want that to be conscious, not mindless mind control type thing, like from when you were a kid, like you almost like comply, you're like too agreeable,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you also want to like be conscious of the freedoms that you take, right, without it being like, oh my god, I'm wasting time, blah 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 blah.
Right.
But in, I think another reassuring thing is that you almost never waste time. Like it's almost impossible to waste time in your life, right? You can't waste time because everything that you do has an impact on you and influences you in some way, right? That's why I like playing video games, even though like it can be perceived as a waste of time. But no, they're like, wow, games are great, right? They're like super creative and they influence like how I work.
Yeah.
Same for like I don't know, like my wife is tired and it's her turn to do dinner, right? And I know that she doesn't want to do it, and I don't want to do it either. So, right? But I how can I say, me cooking dinner and doing it in a nice way, right? If I don't cook it like slop,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think that wastes time, kind of like you paying attention to what you're cooking and making a nice meal,
Right.
right? That's when you don't waste time, so to speak. So it's like if you do a good job at it, like if you like pay attention, you never waste time, right? Because you're consciously like learning almost.
True,
So
and this comes in head with having controlling the narrative, getting the outcome that you're expecting to get, and not looking out at the results that you're getting by spending that time. So, but continue your idea. Not I can get to this.
I think of it more like how you play your hand type of thing.
Yeah,
Right? Not necessarily what choices you make. It's not an RPG where you're like looking at your character from up here,
yeah,
right? It's a first person shooter.
yeah. For sure, for sure. You don't get to choose your abilities. You play with this random character that you get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
It's more.
back to what you said, because you covered something very nice that I kind of had some sort of an insight this past couple of months about. So there's never time spent poorly or time lost. You always get something out of the time that you spend doing something.
Not time wasted. Yeah.
Not time wasted, yeah. And combined with the thing that I said, like having control, like looking for a certain outcome that you want out of the time that you wasted. I have this example, like kind of deconstructing all the things that I did in my 15 years plus of career, like trying to make games on my own, investing money, and after like how it felt to me after losing my childhood, sacrificing my childhood to work on games that didn't took me anywhere. It felt like such a heavy loss to me in the current days, because I kind of treated the relationships poorly. I could have had many more experiences outside. I could have whatever the things I could have done instead of just working on games that never took me anywhere. And I had, after talking with you, I had this moment of trying to change my perspective, trying to move the camera angle to a different side and try to see what's there, like letting go of the control, letting go of 1 + 1 = 2. And I just wanted to stay with one.
Math.
Yeah,
Letting
yeah.
go of math.
Letting go of math, letting go of what the outcome should be. The outcome after working 15 years into making games is me being successful or having a successful game. That was my logic. That was my expectation. If 1 + 1 didn't equal 2, then fuck everything. Let's see the world burn. But the alternative is 1 + 1 equals X, and let's see what this X is. And trying to reframe this, trying to have this humbleness that you also talked about when you worked at not T-Mobile, the mobile whatever company. And
I wish it was T-Mobile. Would have been nice.
and letting myself be surprised of what was the gain of spending all these years into my career. The gain is who I am today, because I am today based on all the skills that I developed while working on games. I have the best relationship in the world with my fiance, and this is one of the things that I actually looked for. Thank you. This is the audience, the first follower. I have the best relationship, and this is something that I genuinely looked for even before deciding that I want to make games with my life. It sounds bizarre because I was really young, but this is something that was very important to me. And if I didn't spend all these 15 years making games, I wouldn't be the person I am today to be loved or seen by this woman that I'm loved and seen by. Amazing English.
Bye.
Bye. So yeah, this is the outcome, and it's a very powerful outcome. It's something that I wanted to have, and I got to have in the end because of working on my career. My career is shit, but I still have something. So 1 + 1 now equals 7. It doesn't make sense. It's weird, but it's my reality right now that kind of puts the reality that I had before into a new light. It kind of questions everything, you know. So
I think
yeah,
to also put a bow on it is like you're not like goal oriented, you're like direction oriented almost. Like it's like I'm going this way type of thing. I don't want a set thing at the end of it. Like that's the 2 at the end of your math. That is correct.
Yeah.
but the X like lets you be surprised.
Mm-hmm. And this is the new narrative, not the old one. The old one was 2. You know, this is the X.
Yeah. Yes, even though it's 1 + 1.
Yeah.
The plus could be like something else. Plus, maybe they're not adding. Maybe they're like just going together somewhere.
It's 1 snake 1 equals, and yeah, it's not 2. But the metaphor is actually pretty nice if you think about it, because it's about how I'm perceiving the world. And 1 + 1, if you perceive it and you know it's math, it's right, it's 2.
Yeah.
And that's the same feeling that I have about, my career should be fucking make me a lot of money. Not necessarily make me a lot of money, but giving me the financial stability that I kind of work for. That was the reason of doing what I did. 1 + 1 should equal 2, because I've seen it on so many other people. Yeah. And someone now is telling me that that's not the sign for plus. That's the sign for whatever.
That's a cross.
That's a cross. Yes. Yes.
Yes. But see that's something beautiful there, because like in math this works, but math is here while you're like now expanding your horizons to include more.
Yeah.
Right? This is very dumb, but also cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Get stoned while watching.
So should we stop recording? I don't know. I don't have a timer.
We can kind of like end it and then I don't know, pick this up another time. I also have a meeting soon, so it would be nice if
it's a good idea. We have a name for the show.
I said it in the beginning.
Yeah. No, it wasn't recording. It was something with coffee. Not the rest is coffee, but what's left is coffee.
All that's left is coffee.
All that's left.
It's kind of long.
Yeah, it's kind of long.
It was something better though.
Something with coffee. Because we drink coffee.
Yep. Me too. Yeah. Doggy mug.
Doggy, and this is like Mr. Fix-It.
Oh.
Yeah, Messerie, Mr. Fix-It.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Yeah, bye.
Okay, peace.